The government of Uganda has set goals to become a middle-income country with income per capita of US $9,500 by 2040. To drive this, Uganda must attain a healthy balance of payments driven by growing demand for Ugandan exports. According to Vision 2040, Uganda targets to grow the percentage of manufactured exports as a percentage of total exports from 4.2% to 50% by 2040. For this to happen, the competitiveness of Uganda's goods and services, making sure that both her exports and imports arrive in the market faster and more affordably, is imperative. According to the World Bank, Doing Business report of 2015, Uganda was ranked poorly at 161, with average time to export a container estimated at 27 days and the time to import at 30 days. In addition, on average, there was a higher number of documents required to import goods at 10 and to export goods at 7. The World Economic Forum Global Competitiveness Report 2015 to 2016 also found that corruption and inefficient government bureaucracy were among the top 10 most problematic factors hindering doing business in Uganda. Traders importing and exporting goods have to interact and comply with the requirements of multiple government trade regulatory agencies with different data requirements. These agencies are located in different geographical locations, requiring traders to physically travel to each office to obtain the necessary documents or approvals for their imports or exports to be released, therefore enhancing the efficiency with which information can be submitted, exchanged, and cleared by the various government trade regulatory agencies is a critical factor in improving Uganda's competitiveness in the global economy. This gave rise to the need to introduce the Uganda Electronic Single Window. The Uganda Electronic Single Window is a system which facilitates international trade by reducing delays and transaction costs related to processing of import and export documentation like permits, customs declarations, and all regulatory documents using a single access point. The Uganda Electronic Single Window has established a facility to allow importers and exporters submit international trade documents and information electronically to government agencies. The system ensures that submitted documents and information satisfy all trade and transport requirements in the supply chain. Submission of trade documents and information is done once, hence avoiding the repeated requests for the same documents and information by the various government entities. The Uganda Electronic Single Window system was officially launched by the Honorable Amelia Chambadde, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, on the 4th November 2016 at the Uganda Revenue Authority headquarters. Trademark East Africa is providing technical support to Uganda to implement the Uganda Electronic Single Window with financing from Danida. The single window enhances the efficient exchange of information between traders and the government. It is expected to boost transparency in cargo clearance and at the same time improve revenue collection. All the agencies that handle import and export permits are on board the Uganda Electronic Single Window. These agencies and ministries include Uganda Revenue Authority, responsible for customs clearance and issuance of preferential certificates of origin; Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, responsible for the regulation and control of the tobacco trade, specifically the issuance of tobacco export certificates; National Drug Authority, for regulation and control of imported medicines and healthcare products; Uganda National Bureau of Standards, responsible for standards and conformity assessment and verification of imports; Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, responsible for the issuance of sanitary, phytosanitary and veterinary permits; Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, for regulation and control of trade of fuels; Uganda Coffee Development Authority, which regulates the trade and export of coffee; Dairy Development Authority, which performs regulatory and dairy development services for stakeholders in the dairy sector. Others on board include Uganda Investment Authority, National Forest Authority, Uganda Free Zones Authority, Uganda National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Atomic Energy Council, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Uganda Export Promotions Board. Single window has been implemented in many countries today, and tremendous benefits have been achieved. Additional benefits include, but not limited to, standardized procedures which lead to reduced redundancies, data harmonization, thus improved efficiency and facilitating information exchange among government institutions, and improved controls by the respective government agency. With the increasing integration of economies around the world, facilitating the smooth flow of information has become a pressing need for the government of Uganda and businesses. Efficient information systems can significantly increase the speed at which goods move, reduce costs, improve business efficiency, and enhance the overall economic performance of Uganda. To know more about how the single window can facilitate your business, visit www.singlewindow.go.ug, an initiative of the Government of Uganda and funded by Danida through Trademark East Africa. The single window. Let's facilitate you to trade.